What's up, guys? I'm AUSSIE METALHEAD, and I'm doing 150 class games by the end of the year. I actually completed that. And this is a Patreon request from Hart in my Discord. He said to react to Jades. I don't know anything about them. I actually think I could be wrong, but aren't they Nanya? I just think I found that out today. But yeah, I didn't like their project in 2025, but it doesn't mean I won't like this one. It's a completely different genre. So yeah, let's jump into it. Interesting. The recording quality is better than the EP that came out this year. I like this, like, there's like a decent, like, grunge-ish element to it. It's interesting, because when I looked it up, it said, like, rage or something. What is plug? The vocals are nice and the instrumentation is quite good. I like it. I'd give it an 8 for now. Like, it's just pretty great. There's not much I can complain about. It just didn't hit me emotionally enough to get like a 10. But I can also understand why this would be a 10, and it could get higher on re-listens.
And my old bitch really lost through that track shit. It gets hard, said that Molly shit get toxic. Something like hypnotic. Smoke my breath, yeah, smoke my breath, I lost.
The flow of his vocals is interesting. I don't know if I love it, but it's definitely unique styling.
Bitch really lost to that track shit, it get toxic. That Molly shit get toxic. Something like hypnotic. Smoke my breath, yeah, smoke my breath, I lost.
Definitely changed. It was like a beat switch at like 30 seconds.
Boy, you nodded. Smoke like me, you get nauseous.
It's interesting because I find it really interesting with like a bunch of the projects that are like more popular in the 2020s with like the maximalist approach. We even see that with like indie music when it comes to like Rebecca and stuff like that. There's just so many layers to the music, and I can tell that like with this song there is many layers to like the production bay that would be like there, and I think there's elements on that production bay that I enjoy, and I like how they complement each other, but I'm not too sure if I like how it coalesces all together. I'll have to re-listen. I'll have to like listen to it more, but it doesn't feel cohesive to me, which I wish I was able to explain more so why, but it just doesn't feel perfect. Like, I don't know. Like, I like the bass. There's like parts of the vocals I enjoy. I don't know. Alright, I like this vocal. I see that, like, I could see this as being a really good foundation for something that someone else is, like, influenced by. I can see a lot of elements where, like, you listen to this and like, oh, that's a cool idea, I want to incorporate that into my music. I can see a lot of that on display. I just don't know if when I listen, like, the song itself, instead of, like, picking out the parts that I think could be influential, or things, picking apart the parts that, like, another artist could love, or certain layers that I enjoy, but, like, except focusing on that just like as a holistic piece, I don't know if I love it. I think it's, if 5 is average, I think it's like a 4. I don't hate it. There's stuff that I can admire about it, but I just don't know for me if it works all together. But the stuff but like there are things that are enjoyable about it. I guess like that's the reason why like it is around average, right? It's just this smidgen below average for me. It's not like I'm giving it a 0 or something. Yeah, I don't know.
That you kept trying to tell me, I'm moving on healthy. I wish there's something like that would've helped me, but like how could you help? I'm a different type of helpless. I know you never felt me, but I never told you I let it.
I have an appreciation for this project though, because it came out in 2023. I can see a lot of elements here, how it's picked up in like modern rage, right? It just feels like it hasn't found its groove yet, or at least that's how it feels to me. Like this feels like hearing like I imagine like listening to this wouldn't be that dissimilar to hearing like some of the demos that came out of like 1989 Seattle scene when they were doing like the remnants of grunge was being created. Like you're like, ooh, I can like this, but like as a full song or project, it doesn't reach the heights of like a Nevermind or something like that. But like you can see the potential in there because there feels like a lot of ideas here that are fully realized later on, like the sort of vocal stylings of the, I don't know, like the more passive vocal stylings with like the very distorted bass and stuff like that. But it feels like, I'll check who's the producer. I don't know who produced this, but like it feels like the producers now are they're like more attuned with how to use those sounds. I don't know, it just feels it's really hard to place my thoughts on like why it doesn't gel for me. But I can, as I have been saying, like I can see and appreciate a decent amount of the elements at play, but I don't know why it just doesn't gel.
If you let me be, yeah, sometimes I would rather be alone. Yeah, sometimes I stay away from my phone. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if she
It's weird because on the first track his vocals are so captivating. I wonder if I would have fucked with this in high school if it released around then, because there was a lot of because it's a Patreon request, so it actually might not be even uploaded to YouTube. I'll show you, like, there was like a Stephen Moses. There was like people that did like druggy out sounds that I actually quite enjoyed in high school. Let's click on like this maybe, and I would have probably enjoyed this in 2018, but then like when I'm going back to these songs, I hope this doesn't fuck out. It seems like it's not doing too well. Is my internet broken? I'm gonna pause the recording 1 second, just test shit out. Oh wait, no, I don't have to. Like there's like a druggy element here that the Jaydes sort of music reminds me of, and I frothed some of this stuff in high school, so I think there's elements to it that I do like. But like when I come back to this, I am not in the same mindset, I guess. I was like a massively BPD, just fucked out, 2 hours sleep, abusing the shit out of my meds, like taking way too much. Like instead of taking like 1 a day, I was taking like 7. So you like hormones, being fucking 16, all that, just fucked in the head. So like a lot of this stuff I enjoy. Like there's like a darkness in this, like in the backroom of production that kind of reminds me of some of this. And this even feels more depressive, not depressing, but like darker. And I appreciate it, but I don't know if I guess what, to complete my thought, I don't know if like 16-year-old me would have frothed this. I feel like he might have. So I think it might literally just be the fact that I'm in a different portion of my life when it comes to this sort of stuff, so it doesn't coalesce as much. Where like there is stuff like this that has aged for me in a better way, like Corbin's stuff. I still really love Corbin's Ghost with Skin. There's like little peep stuff I still fuck with heavy. Yeah.
Sometimes I stay away from my phones. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if she'll all this ganja on me got me higher than the sun. Backwards in my lungs, put these pills on my tongue. Now these pinks got me numb.
Again, I like the vocals on this stuff.
These pinks, they got me numb.
Oh, I'm sorry to just keep doing this, but there's another person. I actually went back before I listened to more music. This was rated like a 9 out of 10 Gucci High Waters, and I went back to it and it was like a 6 for me. There was like, what song do I pick? Like, just, I don't know, pick a random song. And this sort, like, just to set the tone that, like, I frothed a lot of stuff that was very similar. It's not like the same thing, but I feel like I feel like it captures the same sort of essence of it, and going back to it, it just doesn't, like going back to it like a few months later after I listened to a shit ton of music, it doesn't grab my attention the same amount. I feel like I'm having the same sort of experience with this, but I've just never listened to this before, so I don't even have some nostalgia for it, if that makes sense. So like, I would give this like a 4 now, and it feels like that is, like, I'm being incredibly harsh, but I'm trying to, I guess, go through my thought process as to why I feel like this, and and I guess like in an earnest attempt to show that like I would have fucked with this, I feel like, if I was just like a few years ago, actually. Yeah. This might have some vocal effects that I actually just tap into that nostalgic element. It's interesting to have like the growls, the animal stuff. It's interesting. This does remind me of when I used to show like that sort of music to my friends, especially like older friends. They would say that like this is like incredibly vibe-based music, and I feel like I have the same sort of perspective on this, where it's like if I was in this vibe, I feel like this would hit very hard, and I'm assuming that you're like in that vibe, that emotional state where it would hit hard. I like the more serene elements in the background of this beat. I'll give this like a 5.5. I like the vocal effects on his voice, obviously. Vocal effects, voice, kind of oxymoron, but and I like the more serene background instrumentals. I find this sort of music is like very delicate. like, because you're trying to capture this essence so hard that, like, it is a delicate balancing act. Because it's, like, very minimalist, right? It's, like, the opposite of rage music, where it's very maximalist. It's, like, even just one wrong note can fuck the entire thing up and make it drop, like, 12 points. I think it does a pretty decent job. Also, I think, isn't this somewhat similar to, like, Witch House? There's, like, some elements that remind me of, like, October Country by Ghost something.
Never really give a fuck about them niggas cause they lame. Niggas that still fighting swipe for their page. Can't see no one in my lane. Can't see no one in my lane. Can't see no one in my lane. I said, bitch, you still mad at me. Why you mad at me? Yeah. I said, bitch, you still mad at me. Yeah, don't worry about the bag on me. Yeah, I just rolling back, I'm geek. Yeah, shot with me back on me. Yeah, I'm in my shit in kilos. Yeah, I know that the truck gon' stink. Yeah, I know it's a hoe, it's a freak hoe. What about when I shoot free throws? Yeah, hey, cut up your time. Say like, oh, when I'm around. Let's see I go on this gown.
I like this one. It feels like it's able to catch me a bit more.
Yeah, Dominican bound me psychic. Can't lie, I lost a lot of love for the singers. I said, lean with my niggas, man. Said, honey, with the bitches, dog. Can they see the vision, no? Baby said I'm different.
I think it's a tiny bit lower than the other one, last one, but
what's the difference? Yeah, really the difference. Yeah, hey, yeah, really the difference. Yeah, really the difference. I step on these bears, I step on his miss, nigga, I can't miss, nigga, watch how I switch, which house on my bitch.
I think I don't know. There's elements where I think it might be better than the last try, but then it gets a bit repetitive and I'm not sure. Also, I feel like this would be an insecurity for any single person that does reaction content. You get paid money, which I'm obviously appreciative, to listen to an album and give your honest thoughts on that. And I feel guilty the fact that, like, some of these songs are just rated around average. And it's like a weird juxtaposition where, like, I feel like that's the only time where I get the feeling to want to, like, pander a bit. And, like, focus more on the positives that I'm listening to than, like, a more holistic approach, if that makes sense. But then, I wouldn't want there to be a massive difference between you watching this video and seeing my review in the Discord. And then also, now that there's a lot more people in my Discord, there were Patreon members that just weren't in my Discord. Now that there's a lot of those people, it feels like that would feel worse and more, like, less authentic and whatever. Because it is less authentic if I do pander. And I just don't like the idea of, like, let's say you see the post first and you don't listen to the video. And then, like, you see, like, let's say at some point I give a song a 2 here and you like it a lot. I hate the idea of hurting people's feelings. So I'm always I'm obviously trying to be open-minded and stuff like that. And I think, like, I'm also hedging a lot here because I'm clearly not hating this project. I'm clearly not. It's just I feel a bit bad. I'm not loving it as much as the request is, because the request is usually like, oh, here's a project that means a lot to me, and if I don't fuck with it heavy, I feel a bit bad. But I'm pretty sure you would appreciate more so that I am more honest about it. And obviously, I feel like you could probably tell that, like, I'm not shitting on it for shitting's sake, or I'm still able to appreciate the things about it that maybe you even appreciate. It's just a bit different. It's just, yeah, it's like it feels odd because it's like, damn, you're paying me money. I want to like it because it's like, damn, you're supporting so much and I appreciate it so much. I want to be like, yeah, shit's fucking 8, 9, but I don't know. I'm not feeling that at the moment, but again, as I said, like, I think older me, like, not older, younger me, like, back in time, Probably would have fucked with this quite heavy. I probably would have had this on all my playlists. Like, I feel like there's I don't know if you can see it. Let me just scroll down. There's like a emo. I did like 50 Shades of the emo apocalypse. Hip hop calypso or something back in like 2017, where I just found a bunch of like artists that had fuck no streams, mixed with some of the artists that had like a lot of streams, and there was like this really like depressing, druggy sort of vibe that I absolutely adored. In my music, and I would listen to a shit ton of emo rap like that, and I feel like this would have probably lent itself to be in there a bit. Yeah.
Baby sipping Hennessy and popping Zans. Yeah, you different.
I like his vocals here, man.
Said you back in love, I undid the damage. You walked down, I said I love it what her hand is. Been in time, you crossed my mind when I landed. My money dance, I'm getting bread like I planned it. Still alone on the
Yeah, this one's
stage,
decent. Like, just confidently decent so far. It might even be higher.
Take advantage of my money. Put me on Hulu or something. Gucci bag when I walk in a function. Gucci watch beneath the paddock, I'm bugging. Baby sipping Hennessy and popping Zans.
I like this.
Different, you from a different planet. Said you back in love, I undid the damage. You walked down, I said I love it what her hand is. Been in time, you crossed my mind when I landed. My money dance, I'm getting bread like I planned it. Still alone on the stage like I'm doing stand-up. I'm so high, pass up on the God. But I am Jay, just pay me the rock.
I'm assuming this on re-listens will probably hit like a 7 actually. Just like it's just a very nice snippet of this, and I feel like his vocals are a lot more emotive and it's able to capture the feelings a bit stronger for me. I like it. More bright production.
You the world, boo. When I look in your eyes, I feel like something I'm supposed to. I can't get enough of you, baby. I love your body. You know my body, yeah. Smoke with me, come tap in. Anything you want, baby girl, I can make it happen. I can't get enough of you, baby. No, you don't want for me. Yeah. I'ma take you to the 305 and I put you on a flight. Baby, come on me, flip this pad down, we can fuck all night. Trying to get high, I'ma get you right, just swim in my love.
Yeah, alright, this is another decent song. Alright, yeah, I fuck with this. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, this is good. I hope I'm gonna showcase like more songs that I used to listen to and stuff like that. And I hope that's not annoying, because like I know you probably just want to listen, hear me listen to the entire thing, but I like the fact of like giving a little like conversation about it, because this feels very much down like a massive part of my history that I used to listen to stuff like this. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, it's quite good. I like it.
You have no heart. You have no heart. You have no heart. You have no heart.
No, you've been through so much. See that shit in your eyes. You want someone to love, but I'm just not so tough. And you swear that I'm wrong, but I know that.
Yeah, it's quite good. I like it.
Put that shit on my life, but I'm gonna get you right. Come with me, we gon' see everything. You and me, girl, you my everything.
All right, it does stop there. Because Hart, you're from Australia. I assume you might know Lil Bib Weep or Unilin. She was like she worked with Kill Station, all that sort of stuff. She flew to America, for that, to work with like Kill Station and Lil Peep and that sort of thing. And then like Lil Peep died, and then Kill Station I think had like some issues, and she was having some issues. I think she got pregnant and had a miscarriage, and then she came back to Australia, and like a few months later killed herself, like in like 2020 or something like that. But I find that she's like one of the most like unique sort of brand of this like emo cloud rap sort of music, and I think you could fuck with it. She has a very emotive voice, which is like a thing I really love. And yeah, I absolutely adore Lil Bo. And because like she died when she was like 20, and she's from Australia. She's from some like rural part of Australia. I can't necessarily remember it. But yeah, I used to listen to her a shit ton in high school, and just a bit after it, so like 2017 to like 2021 maybe. Actually 2022, because I listened to even 2023, because I think she was even on my 2023 Wrapped, on my top 5. I just assume that this style, if you are like, I can understand this isn't even just a dig, but like if you can get past like female vocals, I guess. I don't like phrasing like that because I love female vocals, but I know there's a lot of people when it comes to like their despair, that sort of thing, they kind of need a more a voice that is like more akin to their stuff. Like that's why women listen to like Fiona Apple more so than guys, and why guys listen to, well, what's some fucking sad shit, like probably Lil Peep or something, right? If you can get past that, I feel like she's a very emotive person that has a very nice like vibe to her, and like the production is very nice as well. Just a little recommendation for that like this kind of reminded me of, not in the same way, it's like quite different, but just something to check out.
You have no heart.
Undercover been my swag, number 9 end up dead. I kept it all to myself, out to pull off the stress. What? I put a gun on my neck. Damn.
It's another good song, I like it. I'll give it 6.5 for now, just so I can do the rating stuff later, but
She's trying to be a soldier. I'm a cop for a new type. I am not human. I saw me some titties and nigga. I saw me some checks. Yo, skating and cruising. I got me some stones on my back, some stones on my neck. Yo, ranch like you, though I'm boofing this blunt. Higher than Pluto, you can't even touch. Guess it better. I'll leave it, bitch.
you know, yeah, this is just a 7, I think. It's just good.
Undercover been my swag, number 9 end up dead. I kept it all to myself. I fought to pull up the stress. What? I put a gun on my neck. Damn, maybe I'm stuck in my head. But it's play up the play, stay off the stay. If it's no pay, get on my way. Baby girl, ask what's next. She's trying to be a soldier. I'm a cop for a new type.
Oh, the classic slowing down vocals to make like this sort of slurring effect, and it's like nostalgic, sort of like bittersweet vibe. I like it. Yeah, I like this. I don't know if my mindset's just changed or if the music's actually gotten better. I need to re-listen to this stuff because, like, I like this stuff quite a bit.
I think you don't want for me. You don't want. I think you don't want for me. You don't want. Baby, what you want? Come and hit this blunt. I'll call you a cop. It did this a cash. I'll run a check up. I've been moving fast, nigga. I had a flex up. Baby girl think she dead, but I know I'm dead. I see from my fucking neck up. Come to the pad, I think you the one. Baby girl, you bad, everything I want. Baby, keep it down.
No, I like this. This really fits like the vibe a bit more. Also, there's a bit more of an actual stronger emo underlying aspect of this track, which I like the guitar that has like that emo aesthetic. I think this is like a 7.5, 8 maybe. You know what? Again, it could be annoying, but I'm actually just gonna keep, whenever I listen to a song, I'm like, oh, this reminds me of, I'm gonna, because like a lot of this music of this scene, I feel like is not popular enough where like it's less likely to come across. I really like this sound, so I want to like find another artist that I feel like kind of fits that vibe, and it's one of my favorite people that I listened to in high school, and it was the older 2016 singles of Nothing Nowhere. Nothing Nowhere. I got some one of my first vinyls ever. I got 2 of the vinyls, and I'm hopefully going to go to a show so we can sign. It would be sick. There's like 500 of it in circulation. But if we go to, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm trying sort of stuff. Maybe you have heard it because it has got 34 million, and
I'm sorry that
it leans more into the guitars, and there's some tracks that don't, but like it leans more into the guitars, but has a bit more of the emo stuff of it. But if you enjoy the guitars underneath that track, I feel like you can probably delve into the older catalog of Nothing Nowhere, and you might find some gems that you enjoy. I recommend like I'm Sorry, I'm Trying, 20 something, Let Down, that sort of thing. Let's go to, I actually haven't even heard some of these songs, like Tough Luck, I don't think I've heard, but like this sort of thing, it leans a bit more into the emo, the rock sort of undercurrent, but fucking bangers. I love those songs so much. But yeah, I really liked Zip Girl. That was quite great.
Hey, I'm in a courtroom of full rig, then I'm on.
The bass is very prominent here. I like. It's interesting. I saw a lot of niggas that close to me. Yeah, I was off the pills, I'm feeling for your dopamine. And you steady asking why you can't get close to me. I'll give it like a 6.5 for now. This could still go up. I really like when he's in this more depressive vibe. Don't know why the first few times didn't do it for me. Maybe they will on re-listens, but I like this.
You have no heart.
Wake up, baby, you still on my pay. Was off of them just like what happened. I'm feeling you.
What constitutes this as plug or whatever the fuck it's considered, and not emo cloud rap like the other people that? Because it sounds very similar.
Niggas tryna copy my movements. I really stay on top how I do this. Baby, give it top on the room. Like what you want, what you need. Shit from the papa.
I like this one.
Baby, I was slowed up off of Zen, and I'm the one you want to be with. Doing shit you ain't seen before. Wake up, baby, you still on my pay. Was off of them just like what happened. I'm feeling you lately, lucky you back. Baby girl, you crazy, we know we crazy. That's why you tryna be my baby. I ain't know you crazy, you all look pretty. Baby, tryna fuck on a day.
I like this a lot. I could see probably like 40% of the time I would probably say this is my favorite song, despite the fact that the first song is like, I feel like obviously the best song on it, but Um, Emotionally, I feel like this one could be my favorite and like highest rated. Why the fuck is there meme horns? Why when a bit of an MLG vibe? It's interesting that this is still like this type of music was still being made in 2023. I just stopped finding it, you know? Like I was in the know trying to find the like when it was like an underground sound like 2016, 2015, to like 2021, right? And I kind of just stopped. It's interesting that the songs with the biggest reach and love are these more actual emo instrumentation in the back.
You have no heart.
Yeah, this is just great. Yeah, if you like these songs, I feel like you would really like the early Nothing Nowhere stuff. The guitar adds so much to it. Love that.
No touching, who's on me that rushing? See that's why we rushing. I'm out here for nothing. It's full of diamonds, shining and bush.
Puss that nigga start acting dumb. You gon' make me mad. You gon' come over that line. I'm an angry dad. Pull up and I spaz. Pull up and I spaz. You better know how to act around me. If you know where you get slapped. Yeah, I mean, I'm not playing. Turn that shit off, can't even hear what you say. You gon' fly, I get rich by the day. She gon' hit this like in 5 ways. She gon' hit this like in 5 ways. Yo, told it been no touching. Who's on me, they rushing. See, that's why we rushing.
Like, yeah, the more this is going on, the more I'm enjoying it. Maybe it's just because it's changing my emotional state to like enjoy it. Because like I know that I could tap into this. Like it's a part of me. I love this shit. But maybe I buried it deep to keep chugging along, being the adult I am. Fuck. I like this, and also gonna think of another thing. Diazepam, as the one I actually spoke about with Corbin before, because it's on Ghost with Skin. I love these songs, and I think you'd probably fuck with them too. They're around the same popularity, but I love his voice. It has a very similar production. I think I like this song more. That's not addicted to the music, but I think like the instrumentals are a bit more spacious and like sorry for just vibing with this in the middle of the reaction, but like giving you a bit, I think you might like it. I love this song. Sadly though, Corbin, this project actually got like Fantano reacted to reviewed Corbin to give a bit of a backstory, the Mourn project, and don't know why the fuck normal rate your music and music nerds kind of liked the Mourn project, but as soon as the Ghost with Skin came out, they're just like, oh, this is dog shit. when I find that the most like emotive, like, but maybe it wasn't, I still don't, maybe it wasn't like as technically proficient, but I also don't even know if there's much difference between the two projects. But maybe it's not. But I felt like he was able to like syringe out the most like potent aspects of the emotions that were getting like expanded upon in Morn, and he was able to inject it with Ghost with Skin. And it is a bit repetitive. Like a lot of the songs are very similar, but if you're on a crack binge for that sort of emotion, that project is fucking perfect. Like I remember it was a 10 for me for a while when I first started out reviewing, and then I got more harsher over around like June, July. I made sure to be more harsh with my reviews, because I had like 600 reviews or 500 reviews in that first 6 months, because I really cracked out some shit, and I had like 80 10s. And I was like, all right, that needs to fucking stop. I need to get to a normal bell curve, and that's when I started getting more harsh. I think that project, I have no idea what it would rate as, but I do know that I fucking love it. So yeah, if you, again, recommend, requests galore, and I'm sorry if this is another segment of something that can be annoying, because I am not deliberately reacting to every single song afterwards, trying to make it a bit more of a discussion. I'm yapping basically. But yeah, like that Diazepam song is like a 10 or 11 to me. I love it. Well, I like this backing bit. It's like it's very minimalist, as I said, this type of style of song, but just little elements like that really make it like bring out its personality a bit, you know? I like it. I don't even know the lyrics, but I just want to fucking sing it. Fuck, this is a pretty good project, actually. Like, it was looking a tiny bit bleak at the start for me, but don't know if I changed in that meantime, or if the music actually just got better throughout, but it really caught me. It broke down my barriers towards that darker time, like, fuck, almost a decade ago. Maybe I am a bit unk. I always talk about, like, the comments, I'm like, they call me unk and I'm 24, but maybe I am a bit unk.
Ooh, rushing that boy when I say so. We gon' get that boy a halo. Put a ski on it with skates close. So y'all don't fuck with them land walls. My bitch so love it, she lay low. Can't fuck with a complaining hoe. Put a switch on that beam, cause pussy that nigga love flaming. Pussy that nigga gon' flame them. I'm too bull, gotta lay low. 2 hoes with me, got tango. 2 shots with me, I stay calm. Rap nigga love my name or something. Little niggas must be gay or something. Why would I switch on the dead ones?
Another good song.
I guess that my brothers. Lame ass bitch, I dubbed her. Lame ass bitch, I dubbed her. Why would I ever cuff that? Why would I ever cuff that? Blood bats with me, we slime dog. Got yard back, keep my hand on that. Loyalty to the side, we taking stacks. Yeah.
It's actually cool when I'm thinking about it. Like, I've been. I'll put this back. I don't know where it was. But when I really think about it, I started the channel to listen to a bunch of music that I hadn't heard before, first listens, because I stuck with my own shit. Like when it came to like movies, when it came to TV shows, when it came to that sort of thing, it was me rewatching the same shit over and over. I've seen Breaking Bad 1 billion fucking times. I've seen Dollhouse 1 billion times. I just found the stuff that I loved. It was crack cocaine, and I fucking watched it religiously. Always been like that. When it comes to music, I was like that too. I found Linkin Park, I found Beartooth, I found Bring the Horizon, I found just I found Juice WRLD, I found Lil Peep, I found Nothing Nowhere, and I listened to them religiously to the point where like my Spotify rap is like 100,000, 200,000 minutes in those years. This is my lowest year for music since I got Spotify, because I'm having to review more music, so I'm not listening to music 24/7. But it's much more diverse. Like I went from like listening to like 10 albums my entire life to listening to 1,000 different albums in this year alone. And yeah, it's really interesting to me because that's like the main reason I started the channel. And if I got paid to do that, that would be so sick. Like I thought that was like, it's the best job in the world if it was able to become like a full-time job sort of thing. It's not at that point, but like I am appreciative to any fucking money that comes my way. It's like I'm getting paid to do the thing I love, listen to music. And I found that I was like, actually, I had like a more open mind to be able to enjoy so much different styles of music. I don't know where that comes from, but I don't know. But to come like full circle to actually come to this is the music I grew up with. That's the crazy part. It's like Deftones I absolutely adore, and it sounds like a band I should have known because I like all of the bands influenced by them, right? And they were the ones that I sucked the dick of, like Linkin Park and Bring the Horizon. They are massively influenced, like Linkin Park is massively influenced by Deftones, Wu-Tang Clan, Aphex Twin. And then Bring the Horizon is biggest influence is Linkin Park. So like it makes sense, I like all of those things. And it feels a bit, but that still feels like it's a different era. Where like listening to this just feels like the shit that I listened to when I was in high school. And the idea that I found like the community to the point where like I'm getting requested to do the music that I didn't know this existed, but like doing the music I would have listened to by myself in 2017, but getting paid to get it requested. It's like I really found my audience. And it feels really cool. And I could pick up on that when I was like listening to Rage and the Underground and like the ferocious love that it had for that, because I remember being a part of those communities when I was watching the Cuff Boys react to like the first Juice WRLD stuff in 2017, 2018. I understood that, and it was like we had a massive ferocious energy for that, for the underground scene for that. And I felt very blessed to be a part of that for the next underground scene. But it's interesting to also see how there's like a crossover, and I'm finding people like yourself, Hart, where like you like basically the music I would have liked, that I liked when I was like 17. I also don't even know how old you are. So you could be like 15, or you could be my age and being like, why the fuck are you talking to me like unky? But yeah, it's weird that this early on I found the audience. I guess it kind of makes sense. Like if I'm being genuine the entire time, I'm gonna find people, like-minded people. But it feels really strange that I've been able to like find someone that would pay me to listen to like this music, which is like stuff I would fucking like anyway. Like and not like anyway because like there's other albums that I first listened to, like Fiona Apple, and I fucking adore Fiona, but I was like, holy shit, she's like the most beautiful human being on the planet. But it's like I didn't know that. That wasn't me beforehand. It's like that's a new part of me. It's like a little extra like gadget to add onto my identity. Where like this feels like a part of like a more core foundational part of my identity is music like this. So yeah, it's really surreal. I appreciate it a shit ton. I don't know. Yeah.
Niggas must be gas, huh? Why would I switch on the dead ones? Really thought I heard you saying some. I guess they're my brothers. Lame ass bitch, I dubbed her. Lame ass bitch, I dubbed her. Why would I ever cup that? Why would I ever cup that? Bloodbaths with me, we slimed up. Got yard back, keep my hand on that. OT to the side, we taking stacks. Yeah.
One V's more than plus, so you want smoke, I'm in that plus, so you want smoke, pussy boy, look up. Yeah, heavyweight serving. I came out this bitch with serpents. I said, nigga, you got no purpose. I just wake up and count these earnings. I just wake up and pour that purple. That little thought speaking to me in Spanish. I'm off this end.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna yap again. I don't know, I guess like the genuineness is a part of what people enjoy, so I'll be continuously more genuine. But like it feels so nostalgic and so interesting to me. This type of music the type of people I used to court, let's say, because I'm in a relationship for like 3 years, and it's the person I plan to marry. I plan to marry her. She's just, I feel so unbelievably blessed to have her in my life. I feel like I was going down a path of mediocrity, and I still might end up being mediocre overall, but it gives me the best chance. Like, I went to graduate in university. I graduated from high school when I was 16, just turned 17 when I went to university. And I plan to have like 2 bachelors by 23, and then I kind of just fluffed about. I'm 24 and I'm about to finish my bachelor in like a month. But that was kickstarted because I was halfway through it for like 6 years, for like 5 years, I guess. And then I met her, and she got me to basically fully like got my ADHD diagnosis. I did all of this because I wanted to be better for her, and then I was able to get the bachelor. Basically, I'm about to get it. And the type of people I used to be able to, like the type of people that I tried to court and stuff like that, were people that also listen to this sort of thing. And it feels like this reminds me of like that world where like I was a bit more depressed, but it was like such an addictive sort of experience where like you could probably argue that I was a bit of a sex addict or whatever. Always consensual, like made sure that like I've never slept with anyone where either of us were drinking, either of us were even smoking, or anything like that. So, and then I always made sure to like text before we even in person, like text, what do you want to do? This is like what we're going to do. And basically planning it a bit autistically, but I just never wanted anything to go awry, I guess. But like the type of people that I used to court, like we were very, very depressive BPD type people like myself, going to psych wards, rehab, that sort of thing. And this reminds me of that era, and it feels weird because I have like a nostalgia for it because I know that I've like moved past that era of me because like I'm welcomed into the world of my partner who comes from a very privileged background. But I don't say that demeaningly. I come from a pretty disprivileged background, but I luckily had like a mum. I come from like a disabled single mother household where she was paying based off Centrelink, which you obviously know what that is. She paid one Centrelink, had one Centrelink payment thing to support the entire family, but she backbroke her entire self to get me through to like private school, that sort of thing, to be able to go to university. I'm the first person in my family to be able to go to it, and obviously I'm very grateful for my mom, but like I come from a different background to my partner, and my partner is like welcoming me with open arms to come into her life, which is like so crazy. I just spent the reason I'm talking about this is yesterday I spent Christmas with them. It's like the second time I'm spending Christmas with them, but I got to see like the house that she grew up in for a few years, right? And the level of like wealth and privilege and that sort of thing, I just never would have expected for that to be even like, I don't even see myself as a part of it. I still feel like a guest in it because it's like I don't see it as like an avenue of how I will be rich or whatever. I don't expect any of that. It's just being able to see a glimpse into that lifestyle is really odd, and then seeing that like I'm kind of there, like because I'm dating her, like I'm kind of in that life a bit. Like my life is so different. I'm moving on. I'm getting all this stuff. But like a 19-year-old me would have been happy to be fucking on something like my entire life, just going through BPD rings and flings with girls and fucking destroying my mind with and delving into all this ED shit and just like doing the most like destructive stuff. But it would have been dopamine fucking galore. And this, as I said, this reminds me of that quite a bit. And it's an interesting glimpse into that. It makes me think about all of those past memories and stuff like that. And there's a part of me that misses it, but I know that it's something that I have to move past, if that makes sense. I'm delving. This is just a therapy session at this point. I'm yapping, but it's at the end of the video, so I assume that it's fine. Like if I do upload this to YouTube, like, hey guys, if you watch this far, I'm assuming that you're like at least somewhat interested. But yeah, it's just a real interesting part. It's also something like if I want to do a little PSA thing, would have never expected my life to go this way if you just polled me 3.5 years ago. I would have never expected it. It's world works in insane ways. My mental is so much better, but it's still, I can still have moments where I like tap into this, where I have I guess like brief like times where it's like a bit more controlled, where like I'm doing a reaction, I can tap into that emotion, that part of my history, of my life and stuff like that, and it's a nice experience. I don't get to do that often because you kind of can't be in that mindset and make it well. Or for me, I couldn't be in that mindset and make it where I want to be, especially for my partner, because I know I've already mentioned, but she's just the best thing in the world. Like, just, I love her so much. And I'm sorry for yapping, but I just love her so much, and she will never see this video, which is the funny part. Like, she knows I make videos and stuff like that. She used to watch them, but like, she'll never see this part, which is the cute part. But yeah, I just adore her so much, and I just want to be better for her, and that's why I don't know, that's why I moved on past this part of my life. But it's nice to get a trip down memory lane sort of thing, I guess.
Put this pistol in his face, I made a red do lemonade. I put this pistol in her face, and look, I got my shit twice. She feel her arms on fire. She said how high, like yeah, high, like Bianca and yeah, high. Said how high, like yeah, high. Now my new bitch rocking death, kiss my clothes on.
You have no hope.
Hey, yeah, hey, huh, yeah, hey, ooh, so yeah, hey, huh, hey, we just fucking. I'm not with that coughing. Take it so you love it.
I still like the vibe of this one, but I don't know if it catches me as the last few tracks.
You might owe me something. You might owe me something. Love it when you with me, then you drown in assumptions. Drown in assumptions. Drown in assumptions. Drown in assumptions. Yeah, Louis V duffel, like it costs nothing. Walk out saying coffee, yeah, haha funny. Tell me up, please. Yeah, so you dummy. Stay up in your all that money. I like what I say. Put this pistol in his face. I made a red do lemonade. I put this pistol in her face. And look, I got my shit twice. She feel her arms on fire. She said how
I'll give it a 6.5 for now, but oh no, I still appreciate the project.
You have no heart. You have no heart. You have no heart. You have no heart. You have no.
I might even give it a 7. I like it. It's a very nice project.
For real.
That's why I'm recording. I'm not even fucking talking
I'm
loud.
just listening to myself talk right now.
I'm sorry, these niggas, 'cause they talk like nigga.
An interesting explosion. I liked it.
On my Zan, how come you don't got no man? Baby, let me be your man. When you leave, I'm not your man. She up the coke, I Celine. Smoke on my diamonds, they dance. She wanna go by Celine. Drop me that neck, I'm a fiend. Give me a neck,
I like it. It's just a good project. I was a bit touch and go at the start, but overall it's just a pretty good project. It made me yap this much, so has to be a pretty decent project, right? Especially if I dumped that much. I dumped a lot.
you is not the same, little bro. Hey, yo, me and you is not the same, little bro. Yeah, me and you is not the same, little bro. Me and you is not the same, bro. It's okay, though. You just a little fade, though. I'll just get these barrels. You just be okay, though.
These niggas be trying to like write my shit like inspirational.
Been getting carried, yeah.
My dick, like write my shit.
Yeah, gang gon' eat, yeah. Whole clique gon' eat, yeah. Blood on them ski, yeah.
I really liked it. Thank you for that request. I'd be just repeating myself, but I'll do it a tiny bit. It's really crazy to find the audience that I have because they're so like-minded. It's interesting. I guess like it makes me think of like I went to like the Lady Gaga concert and she was shaking, like genuinely like on the piano, like shaking, like choked up sort of stuff about like I can't believe I found this many people. And it's like, yeah, it's true. But like I felt that with like 2,000 subs on YouTube. Like I couldn't imagine like that feeling. I wonder if it's like exponential or linear. And even if it's linear, like you would fucking I could cry every day if it's linear, like the way that the emotion hits. If like 2,000 people make me feel this way, I can't imagine if you're 150, like 120 million people on Spotify listen to your music, especially if it's like authentic, which I kind of feel like you can tell with Lady Gaga. It's pretty authentic. It's really dressed up a bit, but yeah, I appreciate it a lot. If you want to support me more, this is a Patreon request, but like this is for YouTube, guys. If you want to support me more, you can go to my Patreon. It's $5 a month. You can request an album. If it's not an album from this, you also get early access for albums that were released not current year. Current year, they release pretty quick. But if they're from like ages ago and it's a request or whatever, like if they're from like 1990, it's like 1970, it's probably going to be like 10 months on there. Or you can request 2 albums from the classics list. They're just a bunch of albums that I want to get to, but I kind of don't have the time unless people request it, considering that I'm getting so much support on Patreon, which I massively appreciate. So it's a bit of an incentive to get like 2 for 1 deal if you pick the 300 from the 300 albums that I would want to listen to anyway. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Absolutely loved it. Thank you, Hart, for this request. It's sick. Peace.